and industries and communities, livelihoods, and neighborhoods. Americans needed vehicles worthy of who they are and what they can do. So, he built them a truck.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Of all the things you can teach a child, how to handle money is one of the most important. Their knowledge, discipline, and control in the area of money will follow them wherever they may go and in every area of their life. Teach them the facts of money. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
At DK Auto Repair in Pierre, we take pride in our fast and professional auto service. Our well-trained techs specialize in transmission repair, tune-ups, brake service, suspension engine repair, auto diagnostics, and general maintenance repairs and oil changes. Making sure you and your family get from point A to point Z and all points in between is what motivates us to provide you exceptional service. At DK Auto Repair, we proudly support every Pierre Governors event, the students involved, and their families. Dosey's Signs in Chamberlain isn't your run-of-the-mill sign shop. Todd and Doug take the time to listen to your needs and come up with an innovative and effective design to fit your budget and take your advertising to the next level. Dosey specializes in any size or event sporting banners, storefronts and awnings, and letters or numbers for windows, vehicle boats, and enclosed trailers. Need something more flashy? We can do a vehicle wrap, illuminated signs, billboards, and LED lighting. If you can dream it, we can design and build it. Dosey's is a proud sponsor of local sports and communities activities.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and drgnews.com.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, DRG Media Group.
Pierre Governor Volleyball on River 92.7 is brought to you by Bank West, Lynn's Dakota Mart, Fisher Rounds and Associates, First Dakota National Bank, the May Adam Law Firm, and the Corner Station and the Crossing. Governor Volleyball is brought to you by Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Dairy Queen, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, Ranky Gray Wealth Management, Avera Orthopedics, and Gateway Fort Lincoln Toyota. And Governor Volleyball is brought to you in part by Oahe Federal Credit Union, TMA, Adventera, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Gators Pizza Pasta and Sons, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Lariat Lanes, Wagner Auto, the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, and Ferding Electric. These special in-game sponsors bring you Governor Volleyball. Becky Ponsaba State Farm Insurance, the Hughes County Sheriff's Department, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Central Dakota Eye Care, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, Leiden & Associates, Ameriprise Financial, Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, Hermanson Endodontics, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gale's Gas Service.
Now, here, Governor Volleyball. Well, a very good Friday evening, everybody. A night of high school football. Friday nights are made for football. Welcome to Box Elder, South Dakota, home of the Ellsworth Air Force Base and Douglas High School, with the Douglas Patriots will take on the Pierre Governors here tonight. Governor football and your official voice to the Governors, River 92.7. Brian Oakland with play-by-play. Heather Williams back in studio will keep us up and running. A fairly nice night for football, except for one thing. It is really, really breezy out here on out west, and we're probably going to be dealing with a 20 to 25 mile an hour steady breeze blowing straight across the field as it's coming out of the south. This field sets mostly east and west. Should make for a fun night. Maybe the Governors will have to start running the football a little bit more. Maybe that passing game becomes a little bit neutralized. We shall find out. It's the Governors and the Patriots. Pierre 2-1 on a 2-game winning streak. They defeated Sturgis 21-6 in a tougher ball game than they thought it would be a week ago. Douglas comes in 0-3. Better defensive efforts in a 27-0 loss to Rapid City Central a week ago, but among other things in their struggles, they're still trying to put a point or some score on the board. They are 0-3 and have not scored in their 3 games so far this season. We'll see if that happens tonight against a pretty good Pierre Governor squad. We'll take an opening 2-minute timeout. You're looking. We'll get into the pregame show. Pregame is brought to you by the Becky Ponsaba State Farm Insurance Agency in Pierre, and of course we'll take a look around Class AA. We'll look at and talk with the head coach Steve Steele tonight with keys to success. We have starting lineups and a whole lot more coming up in our pregame show, which begins in 2 minutes, brought to you by Becky Ponsaba State Farm Insurance in Pierre. Get set. Pierre Governor football coming up on River 92.7, and yes, we are live streaming at drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page.
Hi, everyone. This is Brian Oakland, the voice of the Pierre Governors on River 92.7. You know, the men and women at the Hughes County Sheriff's Office know a great team when they see one. Long hours, hard work, determination. The Govs have it, and we're proud to support them. If you want to know more about our 361 team and how you can be a part of it, log on at hughescounty.org and click on the Sheriff's tab. The Hughes County Sheriff's Office says, "Go Govs."
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, Bank West has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bank West Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino, from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play. Here's the deal. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. The team at Potsdam State Farm is ready to help you combine home and auto and save. Call 224-4173. Potsdam State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Average annual per household savings based on the 2019 National Survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported saving by switching to State Farm.
Welcome back to Box Elder. Douglas High School. It's the Patriots taking on the Governors tonight. Welcome to our Becky Potsdam State Farm pregame show. I'm Brian Oakland, and we're broadcasting to you from the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth here up at Dave Brody Stadium here in Box Elder, and we thank the Hughes County Sheriff's Department for giving us a place to sit and call this game from, as well as video from. We've got an outdoor view with the live video stream up and running. Nathan is running camera, and the Hughes County Sheriff's Department broadcast booth is in full swing tonight. That's where we originate our broadcast of Governor football here tonight. What are we playing? What are we doing? It's Friday night. It's football night. Yeah, I'm Brian Oakland. Good to have you here tonight. Let's take a look at how things look now in Class 11 AA. Here as we get into week number 4, T-Area and Aberdeen Central, both with wins last week, both still the only unbeatens at 3-0. Pierre and Yankton, also Brookings, are all 2-1 and tied for third in the power rankings this week. Mitchell and Huron are 1-2. They're tied for 5th and 6th. Watertown is also 1-2, but their power ranking a little bit lower. Douglas, along with Sturgis and Spearfish, all starting 0-3 so far. And the bottom 3 in the 11-team Class 11 AA. Schedule tonight has the Governors playing here at Douglas. It'll be Aberdeen at Brookings in the eastern part of the state. Watertown playing at Huron. Meanwhile, Sturgis and Spearfish renewing their rivalry out here in the Northern Hills. Also back east, Mitchell hosting T-Area in a big ball game there. Yankton will play the one game against a AAA opponent, and that is against Sioux Falls Jefferson tonight. That is at Crane Youngworth in Yankton. That's where the Governors will be next weekend, as we'll follow them. The rest of the 11 AAA schedule for big schools: Rapid City Stevens playing at Sioux Falls Lincoln, at Sioux Falls Washington, at Harrisburg, and Brandon Valley at O'Gorman. Some of those games, I think that O'Gorman game started at 5 o'clock, so did the Stevens Lincoln game. We'll get you updates on that. Tomorrow, one game has Sioux Falls Roosevelt hosting Rapid City Central. Other games going on in Central South Dakota tonight on KGFX AM. Stanley County going to host Potter County, 1-3 against 3-1, and Potter County off to a pretty good start. We'll keep you updated on that. Chamberlain has a home game tonight on KPLO FM hosting Tri-Valley. On KMLO, a Western South Dakota team, Kadoka area, heads all the way up to Selby to take on Harriet Selby area. And on Star 99, Mobridge Pollock goes to Groton area. Tigers against Tigers in that one. Other games have Miller Highmore Herald at Mount Vernon Plankinton tomorrow. That game will be a 2 o'clock kickoff on KPLO FM. Sully Buttes was at Sunshine Bible Academy this afternoon. Jones County playing at New Underwood. And a big game in the Western Great Plains tonight has Lyman at Wall out on the Western Prairies. So big games going on there. That's what's happening in high school football, and especially in Class 11 AA as we take a look at things like that. Hey, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety celebrates being a part of a team. They remind us all to buckle up every trip, every time from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Keys to Success with the head coach, Steve Steele, are next. They're brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre, and we have that coming up in 2 minutes after this time out in the Becky Potsdam State Farm pregame show. We're back with more Governor football.
Beck Motor Company is celebrating 52 years and would like to say thank you to our loyal friends and customers. Specials in every department. Buy 3, get 1 free on tires. Take $15 off a light detail. Hand wash, only $20. And we have the largest selection of used trucks, along with sweet deals for Chevy Truck Month going on. Call us at 224-5912. Visit us online at beck-motors.com. Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Heather, I need you to call up file number 7500.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Hey DQ fans, is there any better way to bring people together this season than delicious Blizzard treats from DQ? With the new Fall Blizzard treat menu, there's a little something for everybody and a lot of fall flavor in every treat, with flavors like new pecan pie, returning pumpkin pie, Reese's Pieces cookie dough, sea salt toffee fudge, Oreo mocha fudge, Choco Dip strawberry, and Royal Ultimate Choco brownie. This may be the greatest Fall Blizzard treat lineup ever. Only way to find out is to try it for yourself today at DQ. Happy tastes good.
There's one place to watch Pierre Governors sports online, and that's liveticket.tv.
I don't know how to
Gold
explain
Gloves
it.
Live is where you can find Pierre Governors sports online. And the folks at Live Ticket thank all the sponsors that help make sure this all brought to you for free. And if you'd like to sponsor Pierre Governors sports, just call Live Ticket at 833-605-LIVE. That's 833-605-LIVE. Pierre Governors sports. Watch them online with Live Tickets.
The key to success starts with vision. Hi, this is Dr. Nick Marceau of Central Dakota Eye Care. Yearly comprehensive eye exams are key in detecting eye conditions before symptoms appear. Call us today at 224-6128 to schedule an appointment. New patients always welcome. The staff at Central Dakota Eye Care is proud of our area youth and support their high school activities. Best of luck in today's game. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Welcome back to Douglas High School as we get Keys to Success coming up, brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care. Never got a chance to talk with Coach Dan Mashashek from Douglas here with Keys to Success, but we do have a conversation with Coach Steve Steele that we'll see if we can give to you here. I didn't have that really set up either, but we have been winging an awful lot tonight. It's just been kind of a funny Friday evening, but Keys to Success sponsored by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre.
Steve Steele, the Governor head coach, into game number 4 on the season. Coach, you played on Saturday, and kind of what we thought was a bit of a lackluster, albeit a victory, and a win is a win is a win over Sturgis, 21-6. I think what I'm curious about now is how the guys feel about that victory, knowing that they didn't play their best on Saturday night.
I think there was a huge sense of relief that that performance didn't result in a loss, because it certainly could have and should have in a lot of situations. Very good in the sense that we found a way to get enough done, but we also, I think everyone was a little more motivated this week, understanding that just enough isn't good enough.
That's one thing about good teams, though. They always find ways to win, right?
Yeah, and so there's definitely something to be said for finding a way to win without playing your best game. But we understand that we can't make that a habit, and that's got to be a one-time thing where we had our bad game, and now we've got to move on and continue to improve.
What do you learn maybe from how well Sturgis's defense played too, and how you can move forward from that, if anything?
Yeah, I think they definitely exposed some things that we weren't very good at. We weren't very good dealing with physicality in the secondary, and that's been a big focal point this week, is getting our guys more acclimated and comfortable with that. And then our offensive line communication really suffered when they did some different things that we weren't prepared for. So we've just got to make sure we're throwing every combination possible at our offensive line and making them communicate, even things that maybe don't make sense to us, but it doesn't matter if it makes sense to us. If that's what the other teams do. So we've just got to make sure that we're all on the same page up front, and that we don't shy away from any kind of contact.
If that game was any case at all about maybe taking an opponent for granted, you learned some things from that too, and this is a week where another opponent that you'll be heavily favored against, you just don't want to take them for granted. We talk about how 11 AA, it's anybody's ball game.
Yeah, and our guys did a really good job of that this week, of turning that page and understanding that, honestly, your opponent doesn't matter. We shouldn't go and play Harrisburg any different than we go and play Sturgis or Douglas, so just bringing that attitude of, I'm coming to do my best regardless of who's out lining up against me has been a big focal point, and I think our guys have done a great job of focusing on that all week long and just finding ways to get better themselves.
All right, going into that Sturgis game, another focal point was running the football. Yay or nay, or got to be better on that?
I think the fourth quarter was good. We obviously were able to actually get into the end zone running the football in the fourth quarter. The first few quarters were bad. Just everything wasn't good. But I think a lot of that was our communication, and then they eventually got it figured out, and we started moving the ball into the fourth quarter. But definitely still a work in progress, something we need to improve on.
Well, and that was with your quarterback running the football too, as opposed to your backfield. I think timing has something to do with that. But were you able to spread the field a little bit better, give Lincoln a little more running room? room than as opposed to a Brock Mosier, for example?
Yeah, I think when we split Brock out, I think that simplified it a little bit for our offensive line. They've obviously got to take a guy and move him out of the box, and that just kind of limits what the defense was able to do, and made it a little bit easier on our offensive line to make sure that they understood where everyone needed to go.
All right, let's take a look at the Douglas Patriots, and a team that's really struggled. In fact, 3 games they haven't put a point on the board yet, although it looks like a better defensive game for them this past week. What focal points do you have against the Patriots here?
We've got to focus on ourselves. We've got to go out there and really play our game the way that we would play it against anybody, and not worry about who we're playing against. They do have some really good players. They've got what quite possibly could be the best lineman in the state. Right. And they move him around. That's the really hard part. Defensively and offensively, is we don't really know where he's going to line up. He's lined up everywhere from center to tackle on the offensive line. He's lined up at fullback. He's lined up at tight end. Defensively, he's played nose. He's played end. He's played linebacker. And wherever he's at, you got to know, because he's a guy that's going to make a dramatic difference in the game on both sides of the ball. So kind of figuring out where he's at and how we have to neutralize him is a huge thing this week.
All right, so other than that guy, I think it's the coach's kid you're talking about, who's been around a long, long time, really understands the game. But if you look at this team on film, especially offensively, what is it that's kept them out of the end zone? Is it inexperience, youth, what else?
Their offensive line has struggled, to get on the same page. You can see that. They've tried to get to the edge quite a bit, and if you miss that block right at the edge, you're not going to get to the edge. They've tried to. Sometimes they've had success running behind Magic's kid. Sometimes the other teams know that, and then they just send the house over there. So I said it's been a little hard sledding for their offensive line. And then, one of their guys that was a little speedier got hurt, and that kind of also hurt him the last couple games.
Okay. Keys to success on the Governor side of the football then?
Offensively, we've got to know where Magic is and just make sure that, if they give him the ball, we've got to chop him down. If they don't give him the ball and he's leading, we've still got to find a way to get through him. But we've just got to make sure that we're finding the ball and flying around. Defensively, we've got to be very good at communicating, because they've run a lot of different things on the defensive side of the ball, putting guys everywhere, so we've got to be able to communicate that.
You can tell the guys are pretty fired up here at practice. Keep that going too, right?
Yeah, that's another huge thing that we talked about, was just the energy and emotion from the sideline. We felt like our sideline was dead. When we had good plays, we didn't celebrate them. We weren't passing that energy onto the field, so glad that you were able to hear proof that we're working on that in practice as well.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Go get them tonight, all right?
Thank you.
There's head coach Steve Steele. Coach's comments, keys to success, brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. As we'll take another 2-minute break, starting lineups on the way with more in our Pottsville State Farm pregame show. Governors taking on Douglas tonight out west here on River 92.7, drgnews.com.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The Garage Doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors can give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Have you looked at your retirement accounts lately and wondered, what are my expenses? Why do I have these holdings? At Renke Gray Wealth Management, our team of advisors will provide an in-depth look at your portfolio and open the doors to these questions. There's no better time than now to review your financial future. Call me, Scott and I, or visit RenkeGray.com, and let's get on track today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
You have a lot of expenses to juggle as a business owner. Worrying about health insurance for your employees shouldn't be one. Avera Health Plans could save your business up to 30% on health insurance costs without compromising your employees' benefits. You get access to a large network of providers and specialists, as well as 24/7 virtual provider visits with Avera Now. Now that's a deal. We make getting a quote and switching employer plans easy. Call your agent or get a quote at averahealthplans.com/save.
The September clearance event is on at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Fresh inventory is arriving daily to meet the demand. This is your chance to drive away with low payments and with cold hard cash in your hand. Upgrade. Get in a ride, lower your payments. Win cash, flat screen TVs, much more. And the grand prize, 2 new vehicles or up to $100,000 cash. The September clearance event on now, only at Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre.
Back at Douglas High in Box Elder, South Dakota, it's time for the starting lineups as we continue our pregame show. Starters brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's start with the Douglas Patriots, and we were talking with Coach Steele about some of the youth and maybe varsity inexperience that they have. Really, I'm looking at a roster of about 52 kids, and I'm only counting about 8 seniors on this squad. It is a sophomore and junior dominated team, but we'll start on offense where Matthew Dennekamp will run the show. At quarterback, he is a sophomore at 175. Backfield includes Peyton DeWitt, a senior running back, as well as Anthony Mosier, a running back. Anthony Mosier wears number 39 for Douglas. Brock Mosier wears number 39 for the Pierre Governors, and they both play the same position. So we'll have to go with first names along with the last name of Mosier tonight when we talk about those guys. Tyler Dumdy is a junior at wideout as well. The offensive line, and there's some big fellas here. Sylvan Kent, a 250-pound freshman. Also, Court Nicholas, a 200-pounder on the O-line. But Jason Mishashak is the one that Coach Steele was referring to, 320, but an athletic 320, and a junior. Wyatt Hill, a 230-pound sophomore, and Ryan Lawson at 240, a senior on the offensive line. 2 tight ends normally. Tucker Paris at 215, a junior, and Wyatt Pettyjohn, a 195-pound senior. That's offense for the Douglas Patriots. Defensively, on the interior defensive line will be Court Nicholas, Jason Mishashak, and Ryan Lawson, as well as defensive ends who are Tucker Paris, as well as Anthony Gendra, 185-pound sophomore, starting on defense only. The linebackers will include Peyton DeWitt and also Devin Bourne, a 195-pound senior, and the defensive backfield consists of Anthony Mosier, as well as Logan Huber, a 175-pound junior, and Tyler Dumdy and Wyatt Pettyjohn, the defensive backs. For head coach Dan Mishashak and the Douglas Patriots, the starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Let's hear from them, and we'll meet the Governors once again when we come back with more of our Governor pregame.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com and use their mobile app Waste Connect, or check their website, or even get a robocall for collection schedule changes due to weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Envirotech starting lineups for the Governors, mostly the same here, but there is one change as Christian Bush will get his first start of the season, the junior 260-pounder on the offensive line, but Lincoln Keenholz still runs the show, the junior at 190. At quarterback, Brock Mosier, the tailback, the sophomore at 140. Wideouts are Cade Kaiser, the sophomore, Jack Merkwan, the junior, Matthew Hansen, a senior, Kyle Albertson, big senior at 230 on the O-line, Matthew Coverdale, a sophomore, just 200 pounds. Brady Getz is a senior at 215, along with Christian Bush, the junior at 260, and Jaden Floor, the senior at 215. Jet Zabel is a 215-pound sophomore at tight end. Defensively, Hayden Espy still in the middle on the nose. Hayden, a senior at 275. Jaden Floor, a defensive tackle. Josh Rydberg also gets his first start tonight on defense, junior at 225 pounds. Linebackers are Chase Sarda and Dre Burnt, who had a big game last week. A couple of juniors there. Deegan Huska, the junior. Austin Foley, the senior, kind of the leader of the linebackers, although Gavin Stotts is the man in the middle, the junior at 210. Jaden Weeby's a junior at 160 at one cornerback. Safeties are Jacob Mayer, the junior, and Lincoln Keenholz playing free safety as well. The starting lineups and head coach Steve Steele, assisted by Sean Lewis, Matt Thorson, Nathan Nas, Scott Nye, Brody Gilbertson, and Adam Spohr. Brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. Another starting lineup is the naming of tonight's game officials. We call them the law on the court, and they're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. We'll meet the guys in stripes after this important message from the AG's office.
You've received a call or text message indicating there's a problem with your cell phone, your taxes, your Medicare benefits, or your utilities, and the only way to get it cleared up is to either put funds on a gift card or send cash. All of these are scams designed to obtain your hard-earned funds. Contact the Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 1-800-300-1986. Another red flag is the call or text comes in after work hours or on the weekend. Don't become a victim. Let Consumer Protection do some checking for you before you send any funds.
South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection gives us our law on the field tonight. And the Western South Dakota crew includes referee Joe Martin in the white hat. Dwayne Nielsen is the umpire. The linesmen are Jim Doyle and Jed Mazon. And Jordan Johnson will be the back judge tonight. And we thank them for doing a thankless job, often, which is the case of officiating high school sports. Joe Martin, Dwayne Nielsen, Jim Doyle, Jed Mazon, and Jordan Johnson tonight. Our law on the field. Brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Our Becky Potts of a State Farm pregame show about to come to an end as we approach kickoff time. Just doing the starting lineups on the field right now. We take a look at this game from the Douglas standpoint. Again, we didn't have an interview with Coach Mishashak before this game, but things that we expect. Again, Douglas 0-3 has struggled to put any points on the board so far this season, but they did play better on the defensive side of the football in a loss to Rapid City Central last week, 27-0. And you're looking at a Governor team that struggled offensively as well against a pretty good defensive squad in the Sturgis Scoopers, which is, again, I think the result of that game. Bit of a surprise, but the Governors have to come out and play better than they did last week here. And right now, if you are the Patriots, you've got a little bit of an equalizing factor. We talked about the stiff breeze. We're seeing the flag, which will be presented on the field, even being held by members of the military. But those flags are waving, and they're straight out. With this breeze from the south, the Governors right now, we've got an east-west lying field, so one team is going to be traveling into the sun here in this first half as the sun will set, but also this breeze is going to be affecting things. And of course, that for the Governors, that means perhaps in the passing game. Now, Lincoln Keenholz, I think, has the ability to throw through the wind with some cut through the wind, with the receivers on the other end probably going to have to adjust for things like that. Meanwhile, we'll see if that affects the sophomore quarterback, Matthew Dennekamp, of the Douglas Patriots in the passing game there. Now, if you have to get into a kicking situation, well, again, with the wind coming across, it's not that you'll be cutting or punting or kicking into the wind necessarily, but if you want to save kicks from going out of bounds and things like that, you may have to adjust given the wind that may be coming across from your right to left or left to right, whichever way you happen to be going. But Douglas, I think right now, this might be homecoming night for them. They might be a little bit fired up. They actually played the Pierre Governors pretty tough a season ago. The last game of the regular season, played the first half to, I think, a 14-13 score, but the Governors ended up winning that game 35-13. Douglas, again, has lost quite a bit from a year ago. Not a lot of seniors on this squad, so you are looking at a very young and somewhat inexperienced squad, and I think that's one reason why they have struggled to put points on the board so far. The Patriots have been introduced, as so have the Governors. They'll be in road white. They'll be lining the far sideline. Patriots on the near side, straight down from the grandstand here. And we'll be able to take let's take a 3-minute timeout as our national anthem will be played, and certainly a more meaningful national anthem when we are out here at Box Elder, home of Ellsworth Air Force Base. So 3 minutes and we kick it off. Coming back, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football, your official voice of the Governors. River 92.7 and live streaming at drgnews.com.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little bit of TLC. Lynn's Dakota Mart in Pierre is thrifty, local, and convenient. Do your grocery shopping upstairs. Spacious aisles filled with savings. Shop sporting goods in the lower level. Apparel and footwear for the entire family with brand names like Columbia, Outdoor Research, and Adidas. Hunting and fishing gear, bait and equipment, and guns. Stop by Dakota Mart Gas and save up to 20 cents per gallon every day. Thrifty, local, convenient. Lynn's Dakota Mart in Pierre, your hometown neighborhood market.
This Governor Sports Moment is being brought to you by the independent team at Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre. The 2011 and 12 Pierre Governor Wrestling team accomplished something that put them in the record book. The Governors swept the ESD regular season slate, winning all 7 matches against conference foes. They then won the ESD tournament. After a Region 3A team victory, the team saved the best for last, winning the State Class A state tournament title. The 2011 and 12 Pierre Governor Wrestling team, one of Pierre's finest. This Governor Sports Moment has been brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre.
This fall, sip on a warm, soothing apple cider and bathe in the radiance of the changing colors before you smash that hot mug on the driveway and join First Dakota to bank some noise for fall sports. Stop for goal line stands, holler for a game-winning ace, and go berserk for a chip in from the rough. Let's give the home team all we've got. Bank some noise with us at First Dakota National Bank. Open a new account online today at firstdakota.com, member FDIC.
Comtech has your technology solution. Check out their showroom in Pierre, located conveniently behind Walmart, and see what you have been missing. There's a large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunications systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. They wish the Pierre Governors best of luck at Comtech. Come see what you have been missing.
Back at Box Elder, just on the eastern edge of Rapid City, the home of Ellsworth Air Force Base and the Douglas Patriots. It's Douglas taking on the Pierre Governors tonight. I'm Brian Oakland with play-by-play. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football and your official home of the Governors, River 92.7, KGFX FM Pierre, a member of DRG Media Group. Nathan is running camera for us tonight. It's on Live Ticket, as well as we work with them to bring you the live video stream of Governor Football. You can get it through drgnews.com and the River 92.7 page. Scroll down and you will get the link to watch this game in windy Box Elder, as well as hear it right here, River 92.7. LiveTicket.tv and GoGovsLive.com are available to view this game as well. It is a nice night for football, aside from the breeze. Temperatures in the 70s and probably going to be cooling back into the 60s. The Governors have won the toss, but they are deferring, and they'll kick off and kick into the sun, but with the wind from their left to right. The Patriots will receive the opening kick. We're driven by the Office of Highway Safety of the state of South Dakota, who reminds us all, you booze, you cruise, you lose. Don't drink and drive, from the Office of Highway Safety. Checking in on some scores that are already underway. Games already underway, a couple of them in 11 AAA. Sioux Falls Lincoln playing Rapid City Stevens, who has been playing very well so far this season. Stevens has, even though they're 1-2, but Lincoln has the better of them in this one. Early fourth quarter, it's 35-7. Lincoln on top of Rapid City Stevens. And early, late in the fourth quarter, Brandon Valley clinging to a 13-10 lead on O'Gorman. And then at halftime, Harrisburg and Sioux Falls, Washington in a battle as they are tied at 7-7. All of the 11 AA games kicking off here at 7 o'clock Central Time. In Class 11B, one game is complete. The number 1 ranked Winter Warriors went to Menno, and they defeated Jim River, a Scotland Menno conglomerate, new co-op this year. And the score in that one, 61-12. We mentioned Sully Buttes was playing at Sunshine Bible Academy this afternoon, but I see that Sunshine Bible had to forfeit that game. They've got a 1-0 final on that, and that's your score in a forfeit. So that is a win for the Chargers, who are 3-2 on the season. Potter County and Stanley County on KGFX, off to a 6-0 start for Stanley County right away in that game on KGFX AM. Cole Peterson kicking off, and our opening tip kickoff brought to you by Comtech in Pierre, and a return for Peyton DeWitt, who will be the featured tailback, brings it up the near hash mark across the 25, and then he takes a hit and is down at the 27-yard line. So we'll get to take a look at the Douglas Patriots here to start tonight's festivities. The Governors on defense in road white with the green numbers, green trim, green helmets, white pants as well for the Govs. A lot of white out there. Douglas is in dark blue shirts, jerseys, and pants, and they'll hand off, and a carry for Peyton DeWitt, slicing, dicing into Governor territory all the way to the 40, 35, down to the 30-yard line of Pierre, and a huge gain for Peyton DeWitt right off the bat as he sliced between his left guard and left tackle and bounced it outside. They'll spot it at the Governor 31, and right away the Governor's getting punched in the mouth, so to speak. And a big gain right off the bat for the Douglas Patriots. That's 42 yards and a first down. So the Govs will have to respond. Ball on the near hash mark as they move from right to left. The Governor defense looking into the sun as well. Play action and a rollout here as Dennekamp throws, and Lincoln Keenholz almost got up there and got a one-handed interception, but he wasn't able to haul it in. Dennekamp rambled back quite a ways, 10 or 15 yards, and then finally through. Not sure if he was trying to set up a screen or not in that case, but it is an incomplete pass. And fortunate for the Patriots that this drive will keep going. Second down and 10 from the Pier 31. Again, Douglas with that 42-yard carry from Peyton DeWitt right off the bat. That shows a little bit of the speed that we might see from this Patriot squad tonight. Two tight ends set. Got a slot receiver just off the end on the right side. They'll go with DeWitt again. I think he tries the same play. The Governors will cover this up. Jaden Floor is there. Austin Foley as well. And the last off the pile, which is often the case, Gavin Stotts, the middle linebacker. Pick up a 3 to the Governor 28-yard line for Peyton DeWitt. It'll be 3rd and 7. And once again, Dennekamp did throw that first pass, and I don't know if that ball floated on him as he was trying to throw to his right. As he throws to his right, that will be against the wind that's coming from the south, which is coming from their right to left. He'll send a man in motion out of the double wing. That is DeWitt, but this is to the right wing back, and as they come across the way, nowhere to go for number 5, Tyler Dumdy, who is one of the receivers listed. He's going to lose yardage, and it'll be a 4th down situation here, 4th and double digits, in fact, back to the 33-yard line, a loss of 5 for Dumdy as the Governors covered that one up well. So from here, you're looking at about a 50-yard field goal. Obviously, Douglas, well, they could punt and try to play field position, but they'll go for it here. Nothing to lose. They'll send a wide out to the near side. From the near hash mark. Under center is Dennekamp. He'll have to roll out to the right. Floor is giving chase as a quarterback sack out there on the far side. And that is Chase Sarda who runs him down. So a sack on 4th and 12 and a loss of several yards here will put the Governors back in good field position as it looks like they'll spot Pierre at the 39. So the Governors will take over on their first offensive possession. Gave up a long run of 42 yards on the first play from scrimmage by the Patriots, but Pierre now at their own 39-yard line with 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go, quarter number 1. And Keenholz comes out with an empty backfield. 3 wides to the near side, which is his wide side. Looking over the middle, plenty of protection. He'll deliver in a nice grab by Cade Kaiser over the middle. Fairly short gain, but it is up across the 45-yard line. And just shy of the 46. It'll be 2nd down and 3. We'll give them 7. Kaiser had to reach up for that one. A good two-handed grab as Keenholz delivered a hot shot. Of course, he may have to throw hard to work in and around the wind. Claps for this one. Shotgun snap is dropped. Keenholz will pick it up, and he'll make something out of nothing. In fact, he will make his way to right around the line to gain, up to the 49-yard line, shy of the 50, but 3 yards is good enough for a Governor first down, at least the angle I've got, and now they'll move the chains. Keenholz got the running game going against Sturgis in that fourth quarter, scored a couple of rushing touchdowns, did not throw a touchdown pass a week ago. The Governors got on the board finally close to halftime with a defensive touchdown. Keenholz wants to throw long this time to the near side. Wide open was Cade Kaiser, but the ball floats on him, and Kaiser could not reach it. He had a 5-yard cushion on the defense of the Douglas Patriots. But the pass thrown a little bit too tall. I think it was Anthony Mosier in coverage out there for Douglas. It'll be an incomplete ball. And 2nd and 10. Keenholz throwing a tight spiral, but again, now that wind coming from his left to right, carrying it to the near side, which is Lincoln's right side. And it may have helped that ball float out of bounds. Brock Mosier in the backfield now in the pistol. They'll stay on the ground here. First carry for Brock as he tries to bounce it out. Nothing doing. Good cover up here. And I believe that is Dumdy, Tyler Dumdy. Makes the nice tackle. No gain. Mosier gets back to the line of scrimmage, but if he gets by Dumdy, Brock has got a lot of running room. So 3rd down and 10, just shy of the 50-yard line, moving from our left to right, or east to west here at the stadium on the campus of Douglas High School. Front of the football is right on the 50-yard line. Lincoln with the clap, and you get a couple of Patriots jumping. Don't see anybody on the Governor's side that flinched, so this probably will be encroachment. And a 5-yard helper here. First penalty of the night goes against the Patriots. And the Governors will get the 5-yard advance into Douglas territory, and 3rd and 10 becomes 3rd and 5, which obviously is a little more manageable. Right out in front of me here on the Douglas 45-yard line. In fact, technically it'd be on the 46, the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 5 for the Governors. They picked up 1 first down so far on a drive that started back at the Pierre 39-yard line, holding Douglas on downs. Mosier in motion, right to left. Keenholz drops back, nowhere to throw. Now he'll tuck and run to the far side, has the 40, 35, 30, and then steps out of bounds. Forced out apparently at the 31-yard line. But a first down gain here for Keenholz on the scramble. And a pickup of 15 yards on his 2nd carry of the night. So the Governors in business here on their opening offensive possession of the game. 8:39 to go. Clock stopping with the play going out of bounds. No score yet. Governors with their 2nd movement of the chains. They'll come out in the pistol as Mosier sets up behind Keenholz with Cade Kaiser going in motion. Right to left. It's a jet sweep. Handoff. Kaiser makes the first man miss. He'll turn the corner out on the outside. And Jason Mishashek, among others, will run him out of bounds there. Inside the 30 down to, we'll call it the 27, and a pickup of 4. Kaiser's first carry of the night. 2nd down and 6 from there. Might see the Governors trying a few different things in the playbook here. Haven't seen a lot of jet sweeps like that over the course of the season so far, but this one a good start on first down. Now 2nd and, in fact, the down marker makes it look more like 2nd and 5. Mosier trying to sweep. He'll get wrapped up from behind, and good chase given here. This is Lucas Schocker, 230-pound defensive lineman. He's a junior, and Mosier is dropped for a loss. This one brings it all the way back to the original line of scrimmage in this sequence. Loss of 4 to the 31. It has been difficult for Brock Mosier to find room to run. Holes seem to fill up quickly. I personally think he's a good hard runner. A lot of times he hits the line of scrimmage with a good head of steam, but The Governors just have not been able to fool opponents by putting the ball on the ground. Now from the near hash mark, we're going to have a timeout called by Douglas with 7:12 to play on a 3rd and 10 upcoming for the Pierre Governors. Timeouts in our broadcasts and on the field are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. So grab a Coke. Let's be back in 60 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football. 3rd and 10 from the 31 when we return to Pierre Governor Football on River 92.7.
May Adam Law Firm of Pierre offers superior...
The Field House in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Field House in Pierre.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small.
10-yard line and run out of bounds at the 6. And a good pattern run here, a pickup of 25 for the Governors on 3rd and 10. The defense called the timeout, but the offense comes out and executes as Keenholz and Hansen hook up for 25 yards, and it'll be 1st and goal to go from the Governors. 7:03 to go, quarter number 1. They held Douglas on downs after a big opening play. And here are the Governors on their first drive, and coming across into the middle, a touchdown pass thrown and caught. This time it's Cade Kaiser. You can see him releasing and right over the middle. Keenholz, maybe that was his second or third option, but Kaiser came wide open and catches that one from 6 yards out. And the Governors will strike first on that 6-yard touchdown pass. 6:58 to go here in the first. We'll see if they can tack on one more. Cole Peterson, who's been a busy guy playing soccer and football. He's got the kick up and through, and the Governors open up with a 7-0 lead with 6:58 to play, quarter number 1. We'll recap the drive and see the Governors kick when we return after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to find.
Back at Box Elder, the Governors' opening drive of the night starts at the 39-yard line. They go 61 yards in 9 plays, taking 3 minutes and 12 seconds off of our first quarter clock. A 6-yard touchdown pass from Lincoln Keenholz to Cade Kaiser over the middle, and Cole Peterson's PAT makes it 7-0. That the play before that drive might have been the biggest play of the drive. On 3rd and 10, Keenholz and Matthew Hansen hook up from 425 yards down to the 6, and the next play, Keenholz able to put it in. Now back to receive the kick as Peterson's end-over-end kick is let go. Peyton DeWitt had that one judged at the goal line. It lands literally a yard into the end zone, so he had that one judged perfectly. Once it bounces into the end zone, it's a touchback. The Patriots will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Well, Douglas got some things going on the ground. Granted, it was just one big play, and they can't rely on the big play all night long, but if you can make it happen once, well, maybe you can make it happen again. We'll see what they do from the middle of the field here on their own 20. Moving from right to left, and again, the Governor defense, if they have to look for the ball or maybe try to get a ball in the air, they're going to be looking back into the sun. Here's a double wing sweep coming, and this is Dumdike from right to left as he'll pick up a couple, turning the corner around the left end up ahead of the 20 to the 22-yard line. Tyler Dumdy with his second carry so far. We've seen that double wing a couple of times so far for the Patriots. And again, it's and I have to assume there's quite a deal of inexperience on this team. A young lineup, not a lot of seniors. Up the middle, this is Peyton DeWitt. He was the single set back here, and the Governors will clamp down this time. Hayden Espy gets in there, makes the nice stop. Or is that that's 78, Jace Sharon. Sharon in there, 260-pound senior. Gets the tackle. 1 yard for DeWitt this time. And it'll be 3rd down and 7. Sophomore quarterback, Matthew Dennekamp. He'll come under center. Got a wide out far to the other side. He'll need to throw. Rolling. And toss is going longer with Dumdy deeper in the pattern. He had an underneath receiver, Colin Lee. Nope, he's a Pierre Governor. Tucker Paris, actually, number 84 for Douglas. But he overthrew him. In fact, was looking for Dumdy downfield. Maybe a little greedy. Might have had Paris a better opportunity, but it's an incomplete pass and a 3-and-out here for the Patriots. So Dennekamp is 0 for 2. And he was sacked for a loss of 6 on 4th down on that opening drive as well. So coming into punt, or staying into punt, appears to be Peyton DeWitt. Governors will have 2 back deep. DeWitt gets a good one off here. Jaden Wiebe will grab it at about his 45-yard line. Couple steps back to the 43, goes far side, has the 50, to the 40, the Patriots, 30, down the sideline, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Governors. A 55-yard punt return, no flags on the field, a touchdown on special teams for the Governors as Jaden Wiebe gets the return. The blocking does its job, and the Governors open up a 13-0 lead. Jaden Wiebe with that good return. Caught it at the 45-yard line, backpedaled to the 43, but does get the return. And Cole Peterson will try for his second PAT in the last minute or so, minute and a half off the clock. One late Governor entrant into this setup. Josh Strand ready to go on the left end now. Snap from Sarda. Hold for Keenholz. Kick for Peterson. Appears to be good, and it is. So with a defensive, or a special teams touchdown rather, the Governors tack on, and they lead 14-0 with 5:24 to go here, quarter number 1. They'll kick in 30 seconds. As we come back, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePier.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV. The Pierre Fire Department has a strong and proud history of
Kick from Peyton DeWitt that traveled about 32 yards in the air, but perhaps out-kicking the coverage. Jaden Wiebe catches it on the near side, actually runs far side, and then was able to turn the corner. The Governors set up the wall and spring him for 55 yards and the score on a 3-and-out. Offensively by the Patriots, Pierre already up 14-0. Cole Peterson's kick taken by Peyton DeWitt at his 5-yard line. He'll bring it up the near side. And he'll reach to the 20, but that's about it. As Sarda and Foley, among others, were there. Surefire tacklers by the Governors. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Patriots at the 21-yard line. So we'll see how they respond. Douglas has lost games to Brookings so far this year. Actually didn't pull up their schedule. Last week was Rapid City Central. 1st and 10 at the 21. Receiver shifts from the right to the left, and as Dennekamp wanted to hand off, he drops the football, picks it up back inside his 10-yard line, but this will be a tackle for a loss. And it looks like Chase Sarda, 22, there to cover him up back at the 8-yard line. That's a loss of 13. It looked like Dennekamp was trying to hand off, but that might have been a play-action pass attempt. I'm going to go with a quarterback sack on that one. But he just dropped the football as he was perhaps trying to pull it back from DeWitt. DeWitt, the deep man in the backfield, standing at his 1. He'll get the call here. He tries to come up right behind right guard, and he'll get a yard at best to the 9-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and long. An estimated 22 coming up here for Douglas. Douglas got 42 yards on their first play on a run from Peyton DeWitt, but they haven't got much since. And again, 3rd and a ways with 4:25 counting down here, quarter number 1. 14-0 Governors, a 6-yard touchdown strike from Keenholz to Kaiser, and a 55-yard punt return. Special team score the last time the Governors touched the ball. Dennekamp retreats into the end zone, tries to throw, got rid of it looking for DeWitt, but right there with him is Gavin Stotts, the middle linebacker, and he is able to reach around and break that one up. Would have been a little bit of a breathing room type gain out to about the 15-yard line, but the Patriots will have to punt again, and this time their punter, I think it was DeWitt last time, but now they'll send out number 11, Jacob Tebow, a 190-pound sophomore who is a backup quarterback as well. Governor, the deep men are now at the Douglas 43. Tebow kicks, low line drive. It'll take a hop, and Pierre is going to have to let this one go. So a much more effective punt here for Douglas. It'll die at the Patriot 45-yard line down there by Cody Robinson. One of their defensive backs. We might see him as a wideout tonight as well. So, Governors will set up on offense, leading 14-0. They'll start in Douglas territory at the 45-yard line with 3:53 to go, quarter number 1. Here with an offensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown so far. First drive went 9 plays, in fact. See what happens here. Over the middle, over the top as Lincoln Keenholz looking, and this one almost hauled in by Matthew Hansen, but a great job in defense. Single coverage out there and sticking a hand in there to knock it away from Matthew Hansen at the 5-yard line. Not quite sure who that is out there. Can't see the number. It's 31 for Douglas. That's Logan Huber. So a heck of a play there by Huber. And it'll be 2nd down for the Governors. Wind doesn't seem to be a factor at all for Keenholz when he throws that ball, though. That looked like a nice tight spiral, and it actually came down right into the breadbasket of Matthew Hansen, but it was knocked away again and on a great play from the defensive back. Now Keenholz on the ground, comes to the left side, met up by Peyton DeWitt, and then he spins forward for another couple of yards inside the 40. He'll be marked just inside the 39-yard line, in fact, so a gain of about 6 here for Keenholz. That is his 3rd carry of the night so far with 24 yards. 3rd and a long 3. We'll call it 3rd and 4, 3:18. Clock, it seemed to be stuck. Now it went from 3:18 to 3:14. It's moving down to 3:10 and counting here in the first. 3 wide to our side. That's Keenholz's right. 1 to the left. And Jet Zabel is a tight end on the right side too. I think it's Kaiser out on the far side. Nope, Kaiser's the closest to us, but Keenholz will keep it himself the other way. First down gained, and a nice shoestring tackle here. And a flag is going to be thrown in the end of the play. Official on the far side threw a flag way up in the air, and it comes down right where Keenholz was getting up. Not sure what the deal would be here, but we will see. Looking at the referee in the white hat, and he's all the way across. We got a personal foul on the Governors. speculation might have this on a block or, maybe some extracurricular at the end of the play. Keenholz had the first down, picked up inside the 35, down to about the 33. But the official is going to mark this one. Well, maybe the end of the play was the 30-yard line. They're marking back 15 yards. And the ball now rests at the 45, right back where the Governors started this drive. So I think that was a dead ball foul. I think Keenholz gets 9 yards to the 30, but then a 15-yard loss on the penalty, and right back, as the down marker says, first down. So here we are again where we started at the 45-yard line. Governor receivers will bunch up on the left side. Mosier's coming left to right, looking for it out on the flat. Keenholz will deliver. Brock's got it. Ball caught, feet inbounds at the 40-yard line. He'll dance along the edge for a couple more along that Patriots sideline. Nice play there for Brock Mosier, as the Governors able to get him involved a bit here. Inside the 40. Spot it to the 36, and that's a gain of 9. Mosier's first catch tonight. Keenholz so far 4 out of 6 for 47 yards. Has a 6-yard touchdown as well. Clock is running, even though that play went out of bounds. 2:10 to go here in the first. 14-0 Govs. Second down and 1. Keenholz in this situation usually likes to go long, but here's Mosier in the middle. Pass was there, but I'm not sure if he was distracted by a flag that was thrown by the umpire, which usually means holding on the offense. Mosier dropped the football, though. And the Governors are going to get marked 10 yards back from the spot of the foul, and the flag was thrown at the 40-yard line here, and that was 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 2 penalties here on this drive that are impeding the Governors' progress, and they're going to lose yardage all the way back to the 50 on this one. 10-yard penalty, but essentially a 14-yard loss. Now it's second down and 15. They had it second and 1. Clock shows an even 2 minutes left. Had to be somebody on the interior line. Actually, they're going to put this one back up. So this is an actual 10-yard loss. They say that was on the line of scrimmage, which was the 36-yard line. Now the Governors have it at the 46 instead of the 50. Second down and 11. In the pistol with 3 wides to the left. Keenholz has Mosier behind him. He'll hand off straight up the gut. Brock with a little bit of running room to the Douglas, 45 to the 40. Spins out of a tackle to the 35, still going, and finally brought down inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. That is perhaps Brock Mosier's best rushing attempt of the season. This one will gain him 18 to the 28. It'll be first down Governors. Good blocking on the left side. Good vision by Mosier, and also good balance. He got wrapped up, but he spun around and out of a tackle. And it's first and 10. At the Douglas 28-yard line, the Governors taking a while to make progress on this possession with a couple of penalties, but still controlling the football. Mosier in the back of the pistol again. It's a quick hitter. Throw out to Jack Merkwan. He's got it on a wide receiver screen, but Jack looking for room to run and doesn't have a lot. Douglas covers it up well. Peyton DeWitt is there along with 18, Wyatt Pettyjohn, to cover him up. Merkwan will pick up 3 to the 25-yard line. That is Jack Merkwan's shortest gain of the season in his 9th reception. 1 minute to go. We're in the first. 14-0 Governors. Ball's on the near hash mark as the Govs have 1 more minute to play into the setting sun here in Box Elder. Lights are on. Keenholz with the clap, will turn around, hand to Mosier, running room again, inside the 20-yard line, still going, down to the 15 and wrapped up to the 14. Tyler Dumdy with the stop with a little extra help from 65, Chad Brewer, big 260-pound freshman, but Brock Mosier running well now, down to the 14 and a pickup of 11. The Governors move the chains. Mosier with 29 yards in his last 2 carries. 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Keenholz with 3 wide to the other side. Steps back. 2-step drop over the middle. Same play. Another touchdown this time. He hit Cade Kaiser earlier on a 6-yarder. This time it's Jack Merkwan from 14 yards out. Touchdown, Governors. And the lead grows to 3 scores with 20 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. Just like Kaiser did earlier on the first touchdown pass, this is Merkwan who comes across from the left side into the middle of the field. And that spread formation by the Governors, and Douglas not covering up the middle. PAT try isn't going to happen yet. We have perhaps some blood for Lincoln Keenholz. He's going to the far sideline. The Governors are going to bring in a new holder here. It appears to be Jacob Mayer. Cole Peterson 2 for 2 on PATs. So far, looking for his third one. That one is up and through and true. So a 14-yard touchdown pass from Keenholz to Merkwan, plus the PAT, and the Governors added up to 21-0 here. Tail end of the first quarter. We'll kick it off in 30 seconds. When we come back, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Top of the morning, TNA, this John.
Community since 1881. We have some great men and women who are serving our community, and we are always looking for more quality volunteers. No experience is necessary, as we provide training locally. If you are looking for the next adventure and an opportunity to serve your community, volunteer today. It's as easy as calling 605-773-7401 to get started.
Eight plays on that scoring drive for the Governors, covering 45 yards, 3 minutes and 34 seconds. Culminating in a Lincoln Keenholz to Jack Merkwan touchdown pass from 14 yards out. Cole Peterson with the PAT. It's 21-0 Governors as Peterson kicks. DeWitt with the receive and the return up across the Douglas 25-yard line, and they'll spot it on the near hash mark at the 26. Patriots 0-3 so far. Started the season with a loss at Aberdeen. Aberdeen Central with a win 49-0. Got 14 seconds here to close out quarter number 1. And then 2 weeks ago, Douglas on their home opener dropping 142-0 to the Brookings Bobcats. DeWitt trying to find a seam up the middle. Dropped by Austin Foley. Tried to make himself skinny and dives forward, but only for a yard. And they'll put him at the, well, we'll give him 2 to the 28, and that'll be the final play of quarter number 1. 2nd and 8 when we come back. For the Douglas Patriots, but on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard at the end of 1, it's Pierre 21, Douglas 0, the scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. 60 seconds, and we're back. Actually, we'll call it 30 seconds as we remind you about Pierre Sports Marketing Partners who give us, who help out with the broadcast and sponsorships and things like that. Pierre Sports Marketing Partners include all-around graphics, Anderson Rumsa Dental, Capital City Campus, Comtech, Kathy Sonnenschein Properties, American Bank and Trust, Delta Dental, First Dakota National Bank, Maher Law Office, Midco, Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, and Kelly's Retirement Home, some of your Pierre Sports Marketing Partners. 30 seconds, and we go to quarter number 2. Next, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, online at drgnews.com.
Taking care. Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park, your home away from home experience.
Welcome back to Box Elder, right there near the Ellsworth Air Force Base. 21-0 Governors so far with a 21-0 lead. Staying on the ground to start the second quarter, Peyton DeWitt and the Patriots. DeWitt running hard tonight so far, out across the 30-yard line. Give him the 31, a pickup of 3 5 yards on 2 carries on this possession. Started with that 42-yarder, but nothing more than 3 yards since. It'll be 3rd down and about 4. 52 yards on his 6 carries, but again, only 10 on his last 5. Governors with 2 Keenholz touchdown passes and a punt return from Jaden Wiebe so far in their 3 scores. Tebow is in at quarterback, and his first pass of the day almost picked off, but knocked away by the linebacker Deegan Huska as he was rolling to the left. That is Jacob Tebow, Thibeau, 190-pound sophomore quarterback. These quarterbacks for the Patriots are fairly big. Tebow at 190, as well as Dennekamp, who is 175. 5'10" in stature. But a 3rd punt in a row coming here. As Tebow is ready to go from inside his 20-yard line. He's roaming to the right, then kicks. Governors almost got a piece of that one, and a fair catch will be called for and taken by Jaden Wiebe this time. So good coverage, and that's the benefit in giving your special teams coverage an opportunity to get down the field. In this case, a fair catch. No return for Wiebe, who had a 55-yarder for a touchdown earlier. As it is, Pierre will have it 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Good field position, already leading 21-0. 11 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Get an opportunity to look at some other scores when we can. Saw Stanley County had a quick start at home against Potter County on KGFX, but the Battlers have come back and taken a 14-6 lead now as they're early in the second quarter. There's a sweep coming on the jet as Brock Mosier takes the handoff. He started out wide. Tough guy to bring down, but a tough path to get just back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like Brock is going to get a yard out in front of the Governor bench on the far side of the field to the 43. 5th carry of the night. Had a couple of good ones on that last possession. 22 yards on 5 carries now. Take that back. How about 26 yards? That sounds a little bit better. 5-yard average. 2nd down and 9 for Pierre. Now moving from right to left. The sun's at their back, but the sun in a haze out here. It smells like there's a wildfire going on. Mosier again on the inside, right up the gut, and juking and jiving his way to the 45, and still churning up to the 47-yard line. Some more hard yards here. 4 for Brock. With 3rd and a long 5 still to come. Well, they give him to the, we'll call it the 46, and make that a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 6 now for Pierre. So Keenholz, who had the wind from his left to right in the first quarter throwing, now will have it from his right to left for the first time. Throws to the near side and miscommunication, but there is a penalty that will be thrown by the back judge, and this will be defensive pass interference. A little bit of contact out there. Hansen wanted to break on the deep out pattern, but not allowed by Logan Huber. And the Governor's going to pick up a 1st down here with that defensive penalty. It'll be a 15-yard markup. 2nd penalty against Douglas. Haven't had the official call as of yet, but the officials are, they're waving this one off. So the officials discuss, and there will be no penalty. It'll be an incomplete pass from Keenholz. On apparently what they'll call incidental contact. I did not see the contact myself. Once I was looking to see Hansen's potential for catching that football. That ball was well overthrown. And what I do wonder, I think Matthew might have been breaking off of his route. I think he may have been thinking something different than what Keenholz was thinking from the quarterback spot. So, again, incidental contact perhaps, but it'll be 4th and 5 for the Governors. Keenholz is the punter. They'll punt for the first time tonight. The officials are trying to make sure, first of all, that they get the right ball in there, and then they need to get it on the right spot at the 47-yard line on the far hash mark. Douglas will send one return man deep as he stands at his own 10-yard line, and that is Anthony Mosier. Keenholz will run with it and then kick it away on the run. Mosier had it. Looked like he might have muffed it, but if he did, he fell right back on it. But he catches it on the run up ahead of the 20-yard line, and Douglas will have it 1st and 10 from about the 21. So Douglas stands their ground with a good defensive effort here. Mentioned, even though they haven't scored on offense this year, they did play a better defensive game against AAA Rapid City Central a week ago, 27-0, the loss in that one. So with 9:34 to go, quarter number 2, the Patriots will try again on offense. This will be their 5th offensive possession. They had one big run to start the night, but other than that, yards have been hard to come by. They go to Tyler Dumdy. He's got yardage. First down gained as he turned the corner on the jet sweep to the left, up across the 35 to the 40-yard line, close to the 40. Looks like the Governors will get him at the 39, and it'll be the second first down gained by the Patriots tonight. That's an 18-yard pickup for Tyler Dumdy. You see some of the speed that Douglas has on the field tonight, if they can get into open space. And for much of the season, that has been a big if, obviously. With 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, 21-0 Governors. Under center, here comes Josh Strand. He comes on the blitz from the left side. Tebow under center, never saw him coming. But Strand, to his credit, eases up. And that'll be a quarterback sack, the 3rd of the game for the Governors. That was on a first down play. Douglas tried to put it in the air, but a loss of 6. We'll put him back at 2nd and 16 from the 33-yard line. It's one thing Strand has done pretty well. When he comes on that blitz, he's actually been getting to his target a handful of times this year. And this time he came unblocked. So as Douglas moves from east to west, left to right, from our vantage point, 2nd and 16. Tebow's still in there. He'll hand off, and this is just a straight-ahead give. Anthony Mosier with his first carry of the night, and he'll pick up maybe 3 ahead of the 35. We'll put it at the 37, which would be a gain of 4. 3rd down and a dozen here for Douglas with the ball in between the hash marks. Middle of the field. A lot of AA and AAA teams have gone with the field turf. Douglas still has grass down there, and it looks pretty good, just like Hollister Field. Under 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Govs up by 3 scores so far as a double reverse, and the ball's on the ground, and that second handoff fallen on by Dumdy. The first handoff went to 38, Travis Luthi, but that second one was mishandled as Douglas tried to open up the playbook and go a little razzle-dazzle here. A loss on the play back inside the 35. 4 yards gained on the previous play, but lost on this play, and it'll be 4th down and 16. Douglas will have to punt again. 2 back deep. Wiebe, who has a punt return tonight. This is a short one, but it gets a big Douglas bounce. That one helped quite a bit. It bounced at about the Pier 45-yard line, and it'll be downed at the Governor 36. So it turns into a decent punt, but it looked like it might have gone off the side of the foot of Jacob Tebow. So Governors have it at the 36-yard line. 7:02 to play here, quarter number 2. Governor football brought to you in part by your Pierre Sports marketing sponsors, who include Bank West, the Brittany Shufflebine Agency LLC, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, and the Dairy Queen in Pierre. 7:02 to play, quarter number 2. Governors scored on their first offensive possession, a 6-yard touchdown from Keenholz to Cade Kaiser. They got a punt return of 55 yards from Jaden Wiebe, and then a 14-yard touchdown pass from Keenholz to Jack Merkwan. Flags will be thrown here as Brock Mosier on the sweep around the right side, gets a big first down gain into Douglas territory. On a play that starts at the Governor 36-yard line, but holding on the Governors is going to negate that and bring it all the way back. Looked like it could have been about a 20-yard pickup for Mosier. Governors are starting to find some running room for Brock. Yards have been hard to come by here, but this will be their third penalty now. They had 2 penalties that helped do them in on that last possession when they had to punt for the first time. Mosier tried to go around the right side. That's probably where the holding penalty occurred, as both the referee from behind the play and the line judge on the far side of the field saw the same thing and threw the same flags. 1st and 20 now from the 26. Keno's going to come up the gut, make his move, but nowhere to go. Short gain up near the 30-yard line. In fact, they'll spot him at the 29, a pickup of only 3 for Lincoln Keenholz. Updating his yardage, got him at 36 now on his 5 carries with 6.5 minutes to go. Governors, one thing they have done well is chew the clock. They've run their offense in a methodical fashion so far tonight. 9-play and an 8-play scoring drive, and their 2 offensive touchdowns, but Lincoln wants a lot here as he comes up the near side. And looking this time for Alano Lorenzen, 160-pound senior, gets the target. Lorenzen throws the football to the Douglas side of the field. That's a Pierre football. They'll have to run that across the way. It'll be 3rd and long now for Pierre. 3rd and 16 from their own 30-yard line. Keenholz with his 3rd incomplete pass in 9 attempts thrown tonight. Clock at 6:13. It's stopped here in the first half. In the middle of the field, we'll see what the Governors pull out here on 3rd and 16. 1 wide right, 2 to the left. Mosier set up for a screen, and he's wide open, has a lot of room. See where he can get to. 40, 45 to the 50, and into Douglas territory. This will be a first down, and to me, this play was all Brock Mosier. Once he caught that football, he had plenty of room in front of him, but he still had a ways to go once he was met by defenders, and he makes his way all the way to the 50-yard line, a gain of 21 on 3rd and 16, and the Governors will move the chains. Second grab for Mosier tonight. Keenholz now up to 85 yards passing. 1st and 10 from midfield for the Govs. Fake the inside handoff here. Lincoln wants to go over the top. Down the middle, it's Merkwan. He's got it at the 10-yard line. And walking in for the touchdown is not Jack Merkwan. I thought that was Jack at first, but this is number 2, Brecken Kruger. Kruger's first catch of the season, varsity, and a nice one at that. At the 10-yard line, once he got that one, the defender was caught behind him, and Brecken walks in the rest of the way. 50-yard connection from the Cousins. Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger. And the Governors lead 27-0. Cole Peterson has the kick. It's up and through, 4 for 4, now 28-0 with 5:53 to go. We're in the second quarter. Governors will kick, and we'll recap that drive after we come back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Health, happiness, and home.
Golden Buffalo Casino at Lower Brule is proud of our area youth for their competitive spirit and participation in the various high school activities. It takes dedication and commitment to be the best you can be. It's all about sportsmanship and not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. The Golden Buffalo Casino is your winning destination for great food and more ways to win more often. Our youth, our future. We at the Golden Buffalo Casino say thanks for all you do.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV.
4 yards in 1 minute and 9 seconds, and a 50-yard touchdown pass from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger as Cole Peterson tacks on the extra point, and it's 28-0. The Governors The offense that struggled against the Sturgis Scoopers a week ago. Getting back at it with the pass, and still a pretty good breeze, we assume, out there. We know it's a good breeze because the kickoff here for Cole Peterson needs to be held on the tee. From right floor, Gavin Stotts, Chase Sarda. Loss of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 12 at the 18-yard line. Ball will be on the near hash mark. Douglas did some good things early on in this game, but seems like the playbook is not very big right now. They're going to have to take a timeout to talk about this situation. 3rd and 12 with 4:40 to go. We're in quarter number 2. It's 28-0 Governors. Timeout on the field is brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Get a Coke, and back in 60 seconds, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Hey, it's the old Top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is proud to be part of the
Friends are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
On you.
Second charge timeout to the Patriots here in the first half. They have a 3rd and 12 at their own 18-yard line. They'll come out in the pistol as Jacob Tebow will have to throw. Governors rush quickly, and the pass is delivered, but a little too quickly. A little too soon, intended for Peyton DeWitt. The Governors had 2 or 3 guys who were about ready to put a hit on Tebow. Fortunately, he bounces back up, but he will have to punt once again. And the Governors stand to get good field position for another possession here before halftime, leading 28-0. 4:36 to go in the second. Good snap. Tebow steps right up and gets a decent boot here, but it's out of bounds, and the official will be able to walk this one up. And, when it finally came down out of bounds, it was down in front of us at about the 49 of the Patriots. The official walks it forward, and he stops at the 45. So a 27-yard punt here with no return, and the Governors will have it in Douglas territory to start a drive for the second time tonight. And it's at the 45 here with 4.5 minutes to go, quarter number 2. Governors 2-1 on the season. Play action on first down, rolling out and hooking up with Jet Zabel is Lincoln Keenholz. Zabel's to the far side. He puts a hit in on one of the defenders, but not until that's when he walks it out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 20 yards right away. Good, safe pass play for the Governors and well executed. Keenholz to Jet Zabel. Zabel's first catch of the night. Governors have 6 different receivers who have caught at least one pass, and none of them with more than 2. 3 touchdown passes thrown by Keenholz, Kaiser, Merkwan, and the long one to Kruger. On the receiving end, throwing over the middle, Merkwan at the 5-yard line. Reich, Lincoln Keenholz, as Merkwan grabs this one and again walks in. Skinny post run well by Jack Merkwan. 2 plays and a score. Merk has his second touchdown of the night, this one from 25 yards out. Keenholz with his 4th touchdown pass. And it's 34-0. Peterson will come in to try to make it 35. 3rd game out of 4 to this season that Merkwan now has caught 2 touchdown passes each. Peterson's PAT is apparently no good. The PAT was wiped away from the scoreboard. And the Governors will kick off.
Need for high-quality replacement auto parts? Look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor, you'll get great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Join the team and take on your legacy.
Cole Peterson in 4 games this season. And the Governors on top 34-0. Another kickoff that goes into the end zone, though, and Douglas will start at their own 20-yard line once again. Well, the Governors playing through this first half. Looks like they'll be able to get some new people in there probably when the second half rolls around, but the defense will still come out, try to continue making plays. There have been 2 double-digit gainers for Douglas so far tonight, and 2 first downs picked up. Now it is Peyton DeWitt in at quarterback, and he will hand off to 38. Travis Luthi, that'll be his first carry of the night, a big 180-pound junior. Positive gain, they'll give him 4 up to the 24-yard line. 4 different ball carriers so far for the Patriots tonight. Ball on the near hash mark, moving from left to right. Clock running at 3:45 here in the second quarter. Governors have punted once tonight, and they've scored touchdowns on 4 of 5 possessions. Now DeWitt handing off. Luthi again met early by Jaden Floor. Gets pushed back for a loss of 2. To the 22, it'll be 3rd down and 8. Forward progress there, so the Governor defense certainly doing its job. Pitching a shutout, but also not giving up a lot of yardage here tonight outside of those 2 big plays. DeWitt is in the shotgun, sends Dumdy in motion. He's going to keep it himself. Quarterback keeper up the middle. DeWitt, who is the leading ground gainer for the Patriots tonight, will cross the 25 and fall forward to the 26, a gain of 4, but it appears to be another 3 and out for Douglas, as they'll have to kick it away again. Remember the game last year to close out the regular season. Douglas played very well in the first half. Granted, I think they've lost a lot of seniors from that squad a year ago. It was a game I actually didn't do. I had COVID. I watched it on drgnews.com. Back to the 38-yard line. The punt received by Brock Mosier. He's broken 3 or 4 tackles now on the near side. Finally just runs out of real estate, has to step out of bounds. Good return for Brock Mosier here as he crosses the 50-yard line into Patriot territory. And it'll be 1st down Governors at the Patriot 47. 21-yard net gain. That was a pretty good punt by Jacob Tebow this time as he took Mosier back to about the 39-yard line. Punt of about 35 yards, but Brock with a good return, and the Governors still have 2:14 to go here to close out the first half as they look for more, leading 34-0. Keno's looking downfield. Then he tried to dump it off. Now he takes a big hit. Got rid of it, looking for Kaiser, but underthrows him. Big hit, finally, by the Patriots. And the hit delivered by Court Nicholas off of the defensive line. Kenols may have had to catch his breath at first, but he's back up, looking for the play. Second down and 10 for the Governors. Clock stops with 2:07 to play. Keenholz has thrown the football 14 times with 10 completions and 4 touchdowns too. Looking for another opportunity. Wants to go long. Man was wide open, but the ball is knocked down by the wind. Keenholz this time throwing into the wind to his right. And it looked like Merkwan had to come back for that. That's not Merkwan again. Hard to see the numbers. I think that's actually Kruger again who caught the 50-yarder. Merkwan was here on the near side, Kruger on the far side. But again, Keenholz had to throw into that breeze that's still quite stiff coming from the south. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Governors 0 for 2 on this possession, still leading 34-0. And from the near hash mark, Keenholz looks over the middle. Zabel has it, has to get rid of 2 defenders, makes tracks inside the 40-yard line. And it looks like he might be about a half a yard short of the first down, dropped at the 38, but that was a play across the middle that we just had an opportunity to see if Jet Zabel could make a play on his own. He'll be stopped for an 8-yard gain. They'll call it to the 30, or let's make it a 9-yard gain to the 38. 4th and a couple feet for the Governors. And they'll go for it. Keenholz will probably end up keeping this one. He'll bring it straight ahead. Has the first down. Has the 35 to the 30 and then brought down at the 25. Correction, 26. That'll be a gain of a dozen on 4th down. And Keenholz and the Governors will move the chains. First down as Pierre continues. They have the 34-0 lead. Clock will resume with 90 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. 3 wides to the near side. That's Keenholz's left, 1 to the right. Pass comes into the slot, but on the slant, thrown a little bit behind Brock Mosier. He tried to reach back for it, unable to haul it in. Pass incomplete. Second down and 10. The thing about this Pierre offense, if you're in 2-minute mode, not that they have been. They started this drive with, 2:14 left, so I guess 2-minute mode, but passes do tend to fall incomplete from time to time, and that stops the clock when that happens. Got a text from my brother who lives in the Harrisburg School District. He's at the Harrisburg and Washington game in the 3rd quarter. Says that game's a good one, 10-10. Sioux Falls, Washington, and Harrisburg. Scrambling is Keenholz. Far side, turns the corner, has the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Keenholz nowhere to throw. He got to the pylon, but it looks like he's out of bounds. Maybe stepped out of bounds at the 1-yard line. No touchdown here, but a big gain of 25 yards down to the doorstep. And Keenholz will be denied for the time being on a 25-yard gain. Looking over the middle, Douglas, good coverage. And Lincoln just tucked and ran, but once he took it out to the right side, he was able to turn the corner. And the receiver's doing a pretty good job of blocking. Now 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Turn around, hand it to Mosier. Straight up the gut, touchdown, Brock Mosier. Touchdown, Governors. A 1-yard score for Mosier. And the Governors cracked the 40 spot with a PAT pending. First rushing touchdown for the Govs tonight. They've had 4 through the air and 1 on a punt return by Jaden Wiebe. They lead 40-0. And Peterson will come on and try another PAT. Snap, spot, hold, kick, and everything good this time. Governors will take the 41-0 lead here, close to halftime with 1:04 to go. We'll take a 30-second break, and they'll kick when we return. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
It's that time of the year again.
South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
It's tough to buy a vehicle nowadays, isn't it? They're so hard to find. At Harry K. Ford of Winter, we will never buy a 2020-21 vehicle and then turn around and ask you, our valued customers, to pay more than what the vehicle cost brand new. Those other guys, they don't do that. Research your options, get a Carfax, and remember, we sell new vehicles way below MSRP because that's just the way we do business. Harry K. Ford of Winter. Family, friends, and Fords, always.
Governors. Peterson will kick from right to left. This one a little bit shorter, taken at the 5 by Peyton DeWitt. Straight up the middle of the field, looking for some place to cut back. Doesn't really have that, but a decent return out across the 20-yard line. But we've got a flag thrown from behind the play now. And we will see what the call is here. Joe Martin, our referee, throwing the flag, and we've got a personal foul face mask on the Governors. So that'll get some good help for Douglas, and that probably will give them their best starting field position of the night. 15-yard penalty is the 4th of the night overall for the Govs. 2nd of the major variety. Had a personal foul, unnecessary roughness earlier, but now Douglas will move up across the 35 to the 37. That's where they'll get to start this possession. 54 seconds to go here, quarter number 1. If you're Douglas, you'd like to try to make a play, or two. See if you can get yourself a scoring opportunity. I think most importantly, you don't really want to give the ball back to the Pierre Governors. Here's Peyton DeWitt out of a shotgun snap. He's looking for the keeper, but the Governors push him back and will get him on the ground.
Your unique adventure in Spearfish? Go to visitspearfish.com now.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my
Into forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
It's tough to buy a vehicle nowadays, isn't it?
With volleyball tomorrow, Governors suffered their first loss of the season last night at Sioux Falls, Washington, in straight sets, but Governors feel they should have played better, played very well in a second set that Washington actually scored the last 5 points and stole 26-24. It was a good volleyball match, but we'll see if the Governors can play winning volleyball, get back on with a W tomorrow against Sioux Falls Lincoln. Kickoff to start the second half, taken on a couple of hops by Jaden Weeby, brings it up the middle of the field out across the 25-yard line. He's upended there, and Pierre will start with some of their worst field position throughout the evening as they are spotted, it looks like, at the 29-yard line. So we welcome you back to football underway here in the second half. Pierre on top 41-0. 6 touchdowns, 4 touchdown passes, 1 on the ground, and a punt return scored by the Governors in that first half. Starting on offense, starters probably won't play a lot, but they will play this first possession. And as the Governors lead by more than 35, it will be a running clock here on that 35-point mercy rule. Keenholz is not playing quarterback. Cade Kaiser is in as the backup, but Brock Mosier is still the featured running back. As he takes the handoff, goes to the right side, up across the 30, spotted at the 33, pickup of 4. For Brock. Ball on the far hash mark. Governors moving from right to left. Sun is completely set out here in the west. And a nice night for football, and we actually had a kickoff that didn't need help with a holder, so it's still a little breezy, but maybe not quite so much here in the foothills of the Black Hills. Kaiser's on a keeper, left side here. And as he comes around, he crosses the 35, looking for the 40. Looked like he had a first down, but they're marking him back at the 39-yard line, and the chain gang has to say, wait a minute. Kaiser fell forward ahead of the 40-yard line to the 41, but this one apparently had his knee down at the 39. That is a pickup of 6, and the Governors are going to have to play 3rd and 1. Or 3rd and inches here. Kaiser's second carry of the night, first as a quarterback. Now he's alone in the backfield. He'll keep it again. And the sophomore starts right, comes back to the left, has the first down across the 40-yard line here, and we're going to have a flag thrown in on the end of the play. There was a Governor lineman who came in around the left side. Might have been Matthew Coverdale. Looked like he was piling on, or Brady Getz, rather. And that was probably unnecessary, at least deemed by the official. So at the end of the play, the Governors are going to get their third personal foul counted against them tonight. 3-yard gain for Cade Kaiser. But again, they'll mark off 15 at the end of the play here. Looks like the chain guys on the far side, again, are wondering what's going on. They've got to back up. Now this one marks them all the way back inside the 30 to the 27. So it is a first down. But actually the chains stay. Now they had one backed off earlier, but this time I think the down marker says second down, but the chains stayed on the last play for a 3rd and inches. Kaiser picks up 3 yards, should have been a first down, and then they mark off 15 yards. But right now the down marker is 15 yards back, and it looks like a 1st and 25. We had a similar situation in the first half. Now the down marker again says second down. So if it's second down, the Governors ran a first down play. There's a lot of confusion going on right here. There's some on the field. I think there's some in the press box here too. But it looks like it's going to be second down and 25. The down marker says second down. Now the scoreboard does too. At any rate, see if the Governors can pick up some yards. Kaiser to throw for the first time. Has a man. It's Kruger as he's over there on the right side. 35-yard line, crosses the 40. He'll be met and dropped at the 43. Good gain on second and long. They'll put him at the 44. That's a 17-yard pickup. Kruger's second catch of the night. Kaiser's first toss is good. Now 3rd down and about 4. Governors at the 44. Line to gain is the 49. So we'll call it 3rd and 5. We're under 8 minutes to go. Clock is running continuously here in the third quarter with the Governors up by 35 plus. And Kaiser starts forward, pitches back to Mosier. On the option, Brock lowers the shoulder, and he's going to be close to a first down, and I think he's got it. That's a good, hard run in that last yard gained here by Brock Mosier. It'll be close. They may have to measure it. They're going to spot him maybe just shy of the 49-yard line. Kaiser started out of the pistol. He took one step forward, but Douglas got through on the right side of their D line. And they will move the chains. First down picked up on a 5-yard gainer for Brock Mosier. And again, you got to like the way Mosier finished that run. Now near hash mark. Kaiser getting the signals. So Keenholz will get a full half of football off. 189 yards, 4 touchdowns as he makes ready for the Yankton Bucks next week. Here comes Kruger in motion, jet sweep. He takes the handoff, makes one man miss in the backfield. Can't make the second man miss. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage at best on the far side. And Tyler Dumdy in on the stop with a sure-handed tackle. First run for Kruger, they give him a loss of a yard. And the Governors will have it at the 48. Like Harrisburg got that touchdown to match Washington, but missed the PAT themselves. Now they've got a touchdown, 29-23 in the second overtime. Good ball game going there with a top-ranked team in AAA. Washington's been playing great lately, too. Mosier up the far seam. Straight ahead, he'll be into Douglas territory, dropped at the 46-yard line and a pickup of 6. And it'll be 3rd down and 5 again on his 10th carry of the evening. The average has slipped from 5 down to 4.5. 45 total yards, 3rd and 5 for the Governors under the direction of Cade Kaiser, the sophomore backup. He gets the clap, and we've got movement, and they're going to go false start. Douglas had a couple of guys flinch, but they didn't cross the neutral zone. I didn't believe they did, and neither did the officials. And then the Governors, one of the linemen raises up, and that'll be a 5-yard false start. So just back on the Pierre side of the 50-yard line at the 49, 6th penalty of the night for the Govs. This one takes 3rd and 5 and makes it 3rd and 10. So Kaiser by himself in the backfield on 3rd and 10. He's got 4 receivers to his left. Looking at one of them, it's Kruger. And he misfires on this one, leads him a little too far into the middle of the field. Kruger might have heard footsteps, and he might have gotten a little tentative himself. So an incomplete pass will set up 4th down for the Governors on their first possession of the second half. We've got 4.5 minutes to play as the clock has been running continually, and the Governors up 41-0. Well, Lincoln Keynoles won't get the whole second half off. He's into punt now. Peyton DeWitt is back at his 10-yard line. Lincoln, a couple of steps up and then pooches one, but he gets a generous roll inside the 20, down inside the 10-yard line. In fact, that is exactly where the Governors will down it. So an effective punt of 39 yards for Lincoln Keynoles, even though it wasn't pretty at all. Douglas will have tough field position, change of possession, stops the clock with 3:56 to play, and then once they spot the ball, they have it running again. So 41-0 our score as the Governors come up empty on their first possession of the second half. I'll try something I don't do very often here. We're looking through kind of a polarized window. We certainly don't need that now that the sun is down, but when the window faces to the south, it's not a bad idea. Jacob Tebow has been the quarterback. Here comes Peyton DeWitt on the sweep around to the left side. Nowhere to go. Governor defense still dictating the pace of this game when Douglas has the football. It'll be a loss back inside the 10. In fact, all the way to the 6. It looks like a loss of 4 for Peyton DeWitt. Well, let's give it to the 7. So we'll say a loss of 3, 2nd and about 13. Like to see Douglas be able to put something together. You want your Governor defense to play well, but you want to see a team that doesn't have a lot of experience in the Patriots at least be able to open a hole or two. DeWitt is still in at quarterback. I mentioned Tebow, but it is Peyton DeWitt. We've got a flag thrown by the official on the near side as DeWitt makes moves, and he picks up yardage. First down gained here on 2nd and 13, up ahead of the 20-yard line to about the 25, but this one might come back as the flag was thrown by the official on the near side. And we've got an illegal formation on the Patriots. So that will wipe away about an 18-yard gain for Peyton DeWitt. And unfortunately, the Patriots will be backed up half the distance to the goal. A play that started on the 7-yard line now will be back inside the 5. So it'll be at about the 4-yard line here. And then it'll become 2nd and, well, we'll call it 2nd and 16. Ball on the 4. They need to get to the 20. DeWitt's in the gun. He's actually standing at the goal line. Starts left. The Governor's got to him, but DeWitt gets away from it and dives forward out to the 4-yard line. So saving the safety is Peyton DeWitt, and a good hard effort there. Looks like they'll spot him at the 3. So it's still a loss of a yard on the play. But again, when you take a shotgun snap at the goal line and almost get dropped right there. Again, could have been 2 points for the Governor defense. Instead, it'll be 3rd and long. Harrisburg holds off Washington in double overtime, 29-23. Tigers go to 4-0. Here's DeWitt making a slice and dice move. Cut back up against the grain in the middle of the field. And Peyton DeWitt, again, showing his ability. He's going to be short of a first down, but out of the shadow of their own goalpost come the Patriots out to the 15-yard line. Pickup of 12. Nice, nifty run for Peyton DeWitt, but Douglas will certainly have to punt. 4th and 4. Still from deep in their own territory. Time for a punt, and this fast-moving third quarter about to come to an end. 12 seconds and counting down. Douglas should have time to snap and kick. The deep men for the Governors are standing inside the 50-yard line. Douglas is not going to punt. We're going to have a quarter break here. Third quarter in the books. Halftime score still standing. It's the Governors 41, Douglas nothing. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. And Governor Football brought to you on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com, in part by your Pierre Sports Marketing partners, who include Stulkin Peterson, Lingo Walti Jones, LLP, Red Rosa, Olinger Law Firm, Pierre Chamber of Commerce, Eisberg Funeral Home, Pierre Dental Clinic, Pitts Design and Build, Wagner Auto, and the fine men and women of the South Dakota National Guard, your Pierre Sports Marketing partners. 30 seconds will go to the fourth. 41-0 Governors lead. You're listening to Governor Football. River 92.
At Harry K. Ford of Winter, we will never buy a 2020-21 vehicle and then turn around and ask you, our valued customers, to pay more than what the vehicle cost brand new. Those other guys, they don't do that. Research your options, get a Carfax, and remember, we sell new vehicles way below MSRP because that's just the way we do business. Harry K. Ford of Winter. Family, friends, and Fords, always in that order.
The Corner Station
Washes, helping you save. The Corner Station, just above the train bridge in Pierre.
To the fourth we go. Welcome back to Douglas High School. Governor Football brought to you in part by your Pierre Sports Marketing partners, including Gateway Ford, Lincoln, Toyota, Avera Orthopedics, Rinky Gray Wealth Management, Overhead Door, and our friends at Live Ticket, who are doing our live video streaming tonight. First play is a punt for the Patriots, but a mishandled punt or over the head of the punter, Jacob Tebow, and that one goes through the end zone, and this will be a Governor's safety on the first play of the fourth quarter. Clock is actually running. I think it should stop with scoring plays, but it'll be a free kick coming for Douglas. So with that, the Governors up their lead to 43-0 as they got a little help from the Patriots there. So it'll be a Douglas kickoff. Governors in good shape to win their third game of the season, third game in a row. Douglas looking to fall 0-4. Still have not scored a point. That's, again, something you kind of root for the underdog, seeing if they can do. The officials asking for the clock to be stopped now. So now instead of kicking from the 40-yard line, they kick from the 20. And most of the times, teams will prefer to punt. But the Patriots will tee it up here. And again, the Governors stand to get good field position. So a bad punt snap leads to a safety. Governors now lead 43-0 here. Clock stops just outside of a minute gone by. 10:57 left here in the fourth quarter. And once the Governors start up again, they'll have that clock running continually. Kickoff here coming from Colton Smith. Kicks with the left foot. Picked up on a hop by Mosier. Looking for space. And, boy, Douglas swarming Brock Mosier here. Special teams did the job on that free kick by the Patriots. And the Governors going to have decent field position, but they probably thought they were going to have a little bit better than that. They'll have it at the 39-yard line on the Pierce side of the field. So they'll move from left to right. They lead 43-0. Cade Kaiser ran the last offensive possession. We'll assume he'll still be out there. And he is. Kaiser himself, pretty big quarterback, 6'2", 175-pound sophomore. Governors will have it First and 10 at the 39 from the near hash mark, moving from right to left, and they may start to get some new people in here. Leading 43-0. And we've got a delay of some kind. Now the officials are ready to go, but the Governors have to bring in another lineman. And there's confusion with that. Should he stay or should he go? Ask the Clash. Christian Bush is back in there. Cade Kaiser ready to go. A lot of time being run off. They let it run down a minute or so. Fourth quarter, straight up the gut. Looks like it's Mosier from Kaiser, but Douglas covers it up quickly. And that is not Mosier. It's 35 running the football here. Chance Sarda, his first carry of the night. He'll get a yard. Governors again will get an opportunity to get several people in. Now the ball just across the 40-yard line. As Kaiser continues to operate out of the pistol, claps and snaps, hands off to Sarda again. You get Chase Sarda and one of the linebackers, Chance Sarda, with an opportunity to run the football. Another yard or two across the 40. They'll spot him to the 42. We'll give him 3. 2 on this one, 3 overall. 3rd and 7 for Pierre. Clock coming down to the 8.5-minute mark. It's 43-0. All Governors in this one, who led 41-0 at the half. 3 wideouts to the right, but now Sarda will rejoin Kaiser in the backfield. 2 wides to the left. You don't see 2 wide both sides for the Governors very often. Handoff. Again, it's Sarda. Backpedals and then turns the corner and has some good yardage once again. We're going to have another flag thrown. 2 of them, in fact, up ahead of the play. As I think the Governors just blocking a little too hard on that one, maybe a little bit too long. To be honest, this looks like maybe just this particular Governor lineman playing to the whistle. But one final shove put the Douglas defender to the ground, and the officials are deeming that unnecessary, and I can't disagree. Sarda, it looked like, got yardage out to about the 45. We'll give him 3 yards, but the Governors commit their 7th penalty of the night. And that's the 4th one that is of the major variety. Clock is still running continually, 7 minutes to go. We're in the 4th. Keenholz to punt, gets this one a pretty good one, bounces at the 36, and then it'll trickle all the way down inside the 30 for another 10 yards, down at the 26-yard line. And there to cover it up, Matthew Brewer, a 180-pound sophomore. So with 6:50 to go, Douglas takes over once again. As the Governors ultimately go 3 and out. 3 running attempts by Chance Sarda, but again, some of these ugly penalties. Not sure if I want to ask Coach about that when this game comes to an end or not. But that has been a bit of a recurring theme. Governors are playing hard, no doubt about that, but sometimes you got to be able to keep a handle on the emotions. Peyton DeWitt still in. Playing the quarterback, but it's mostly Wildcat, and Peyton DeWitt has been the best offensive weapon for the Douglas Patriots tonight. He'll cross the 25 up to, or the 30 rather, up to about the 32, pickup of 6. And it'll be 2nd down and 4. We're halfway home in the 4th quarter. The only scoring in the second half with a continually running clock was a safety awarded to the Governors on a bad punt snap out of the end zone by Douglas. Snaps out of the gun have been pretty good, though. Here's DeWitt asking for the count once again. Takes it. Tries to follow the blockers. Right side. Has a first down as he lowers the shoulder. And advances ahead of the 35 to the 38. Another 6-yard gain. 3rd first down picked up on the night for Douglas. And I've got DeWitt now up to about 73 yards on 15 carries. Started the night with a 42-yarder. Kind of caught the Governors napping right away. Pierre got a sudden slap upside the head on one play, and then the defense was able to hold them on a 4 and out from there. Under center now comes DeWitt. He fakes the handoff, turns around, still wants to keep. He might have lost the football. It seemed like there was a scramble out there. Be a loss on the play at the least. The Governors are saying they have the football, and the officials apparently are concurring. So a fumble from Peyton DeWitt. Slight loss on that play. And Pierre will have it 1st and 10 at the Douglas 37-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go in this one. Governors up 43-0. They'll go to Yankton. Obviously a tougher matchup next week. Governors had 2 big games, 2 great games against Yankton a year ago, including the semifinals that sent them on to the Dakota Dome, where they avenged a loss in week 3 from last year, which was the first Pierre loss in about 18 games before that. Coming down to the 4-minute mark, Cade Kaiser in at quarterback, goes left side. He's got the keeper. He's inside the 35, down at the 33. Governors keeping the offense calm and manageable here in the 4th quarter. Conceivably, they could run the clock out here. 3:40 counting down now, 4th quarter. Clock runs continuously, and a rule that went into effect last year, even in 11AA and AAA. And you can blame the Governors for that in large part. Got illegal motion out on the far side. Kaiser takes a low snap, goes straight up the far hash mark for a 1st down, but this won't count. The receiver for the Governors on the far edge was moving forward when the ball was snapped. Actually, they let the play go. It really should have been false start, and this will back them up to the 38. Penalty number 8 for the Govs on the night. Should set up about 3rd and 11. We're under 3 minutes to go. Douglas has that matchup. More Black Hills Conference action coming up. They've got St. Thomas More next week. They do have T-Area in a couple of weeks, but the games that maybe they'll look forward to are Sturgis, Spearfish, Belle-Fourche, among others. Those are the games they want to perform well in to show their presence here in the Black Hills. There's a big play made defensively as the Governor ball carrier is knocked back, and that ball carrier is number 30 for Pierre. I think it was 30. Not sure who that is. Don't have him on my roster. So loss on the play here. And it's spotted at the 41. That's a loss of 3 for Pierre. 2 minutes to go. 3rd and 13. See if Kaiser puts one in the air. Wind would still be coming across from his left to right now. Takes the snap. Kaiser looking. Across the middle comes Kruger, and he is put to the deck. Anthony Mosier with the big hit. He felt sorry about it right away, but still is going to draw a couple of flags. And Mosier with the hit on a defenseless receiver. This will be a 15-yard penalty against the Patriots. Kruger this time bounces right back up. I saw Brecken earlier tonight. Seemed like he was tentative coming across the middle, like he heard footsteps. This one, no tentativeness at all, but he reaches out for it and takes a big hit. Governors will get it to the 26-yard line. That'll be a 1st down after a 15-yard penalty. Only the 2nd penalty against the Patriots tonight. And again, Anthony Mosier, he knew it right away. He actually reached down to help Brecken up as if to say, hey, sorry about that, man. But all he's doing is just being a football player and making a hit. You can't fault him for that. At any rate, the Governors, with 1 minute to go, will be able to run the clock out here. Douglas could use timeouts if they wanted to stop the clock. No reason to here. Kaiser will pitch back, turning the corner. And a good run here, but still seemed like a couple of added plays. And again, that is number 30. I couldn't tell you who 30 is, though. Might have to consult the website for the roster there. Well, we do not have a 30 on the roster that I had made. But at any rate, the ball resting inside the 25. We'll call it the 22 and a pickup of 4. 2nd down and 6. This will be the last play of the ball game, though. 5 seconds to go. Run play to the right side. And that is 35. Sarda on the final effort. As he's inside the 20 to the 18, we'll give him 4 yards. But that'll do it. And the continuously running clock will send everybody home a little early tonight. Your final score on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, the Governors 43, the Douglas Patriots nothing. Pierre 3-1 on the season as Douglas will fall to 0-4. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. It's still fall, but winter will be coming before you know it. Make sure you use Gales Gas Service's budget plan and keep full service to stay warm all season long. That's Gales Gas in Pierre. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. We'll get into the postgame coming up. Conversation with the winning head coach tonight, Steve Steele. We'll talk about big plays of the game, your player of the game, and a full recap coming up as well. And our Family Dental postgame show brought to you by Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg. The Governors win 43-0 tonight on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino from the App Store or Google Play. It only takes a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Have you heard about the all-new pet wash in town? Wash and Wag is located with the Super Wash Car Wash on Garfield Avenue. It's open 24/7, accepts cash, credit cards, and Super Wash cards. $10 for 12 minutes with all the products you need right there. All you have to do is supply the pets. It's the all-new Wash and Wag in Pierre. Call Beck Motor Company at 224-5912 for more information or to purchase a Super Wash card today.
We're making a great deal better.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Hey DQ fans, is there any better way to bring people together this season than delicious Blizzard treats from DQ? With the new Fall Blizzard Treat menu, there's a little something for everybody and a lot of fall flavor in every treat, with flavors like new pecan pie, returning pumpkin pie, Reese's Pieces cookie dough, sea salt toffee fudge, Oreo mocha fudge, Choco Dip strawberry, and Royal Ultimate Choco brownie. This may be the greatest Fall Blizzard Treat lineup ever. Only way to find out is to try it for yourself today at DQ. Happy tastes good. The team at Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all of their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable, and to have the healthiest and best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all of your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients too. Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all of your family's dental needs.
Hello, welcome back to Douglas High School. I had the microphone turned down there for a bit, which is a way a lot of people probably would prefer. Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football as the Governors win tonight. KGFX FM, River 92.7 is the official voice of Governor Sports. We're online to drgnews.com, live streaming with the help of our friends from Live Ticket. As we say, driven by the Office of Highway Safety, who says don't drink and drive. Just don't, all right? And buckle up, too. It is the postgame, and the postgame brought to you by Family Dental Offices in Pierre and Gettysburg as the Governors win this one 43-0 tonight. Talked about it at halftime when we recapped, but 4 touchdown passes for Lincoln Keenholz. There was a punt return in the first half as well, and a Brock Mosier 1-yard run. The first touchdown comes from Lincoln Keenholz to Cade Kaiser from 6 yards out. Same play from 14 yards from Keenholz to Merkwan on the following possession, and the Governors led 14-0. Well, actually, in between that, there was a punt return as well, 55 yards from Jaden Wiebe that did make it 14-0, 21-0 after the Merkwan touchdown catch at the end of the first quarter of play. And into the second quarter, Lincoln Keenholz hooks up with Brecken Kruger for a nifty 50-yard touchdown grab by Breck. And that made it 28-0. Merkwan got another 25-yard touchdown pass, the fourth of the game for Keenholz. Keenholz thought he had a rushing touchdown of 26 yards, but he was ruled out of bounds at the 1. Later on, with a minute to go or so in the first half, Brock Mosier was able to run it in from that last yard to make it 41-0. That's where we were at half as the Governors led by 35+. That meant the clock would run continually in the second half, and Pierre had the opening possession. And they ran a lot of time off the clock, 8 minutes, in fact, picking up a couple of first downs. But with Cade Kaiser playing in at quarterback, the Governors stalled at midfield and had to punt it away. But a 3-and-out for Douglas, deep in their own territory, and they come out and punt as we went to the fourth quarter. The first play of the fourth quarter was a bad punt snap, and that went out of the end zone for a Governor's safety, and that made it 43-0. Pierre goes 3-and-out on their next possession. Douglas also had did pick up a first down a couple of plays into their second possession of the second half, but a couple of plays later they fumbled it away as the Governor's defense comes up big. And Pierre runs 3 plays with a penalty in there as well in the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds. And that is how this game came to an end. A little early because of the running clock, but the Governors win it with that mercy rule clock running nonetheless. 43-0, your final score. Total stats in this one have the Governors tallying 351 total yards, 145 on the ground as Lincoln Keenholz leads the way, all in the first half, 7 carries for 73 yards. Brock Mosier, 45 yards on 10 carries, including a 1-yard touchdown. Cade Kaiser with 21 yards, and that comes on 5 carries tonight. And then Chance Sarda with a few runs, 3 carries for 6 yards. In fact, I didn't give him this last 4, so I'm going to update that. 10 yards on 4 carries. And we had, looked like George Stolley running a couple of times. He was the number 30 that we didn't have initially. 2 carries, 1 yard. Brecken Kruger with 1 carry for a loss of a yard. So update that. 149 on the ground for the Governors. Through the air, Lincoln Keenholz, 11 of 17 for 189. 4 touchdowns. Cade Kaiser in the second half, 1 of 2 for 17 yards, 206 passing yards.
Made a good job separating it at the last second, but, it's a very challenging thing to put the ball up with that much air.
Ball carriers to finish the play in that regard.
Yeah, we needed everybody to finish plays, and that was a huge, huge thing that we focused on in practice was finishing everything we do. We finished to a fault today. We had a couple late hits that were right at the whistle where we finished them afterwards, and, those are not ones that you want to take penalties on. But the kids are listening. The kids are getting where we need them to be. We're going whistle to whistle, tad bit after, like I said a couple times. But, I think it's a lot easier to slow kids down than it is to try and speed them up. So I said we really enjoyed the physicality and aggression we played with today.
All right, so a pretty good game, and even special teams chipping in with that punt return too. You got to like what your special teams are doing and setting you up in pretty good field position too.
Yeah, I thought we definitely won the field position battle throughout the game as well. And we've got two really good returners back there. It's one of those ones where if we can get that opportunity to catch the ball clean, we feel like we can do some danger or some real problems for defenses with it.
All right, another long road trip next week down to Yankton, and I'm not sure that given what happened last year a couple of times that I'm looking forward to a trip more than this one, as Yankton got you in the regular season, but a great ball game, fun one in the semifinals. And what do we know about the Bucks this year?
They're really good. This is going to be a really interesting game. They've got a lot of really good skill players on both sides of the ball. I think they've got the best secondary that we'll see this year, right now at least. That's how they look on film. And offensively, they've just got weapons galore. So, it's going to be a fun week to get after the film and come up with a plan to hopefully go down there and quiet them down.
There's your matchup right there, the Governor passing offense against the Yankton secondary. That'll be fun. So, Coach, good game tonight, taking care of business the way that you're supposed to, and we'll see you next week in Yankton.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Steve Steele, the Governor head coach, as the Governors come out on top, 43-0. We promised you Douglas stats in this one, so we'll turn the page over. And again, Governors racking up 355 total passing plus rushing yardage. For Douglas, not an easy night, obviously. 72 yards of total offense. I do have them at 97 on the ground, but as their quarterbacks go 0 for 4 throwing the football, sacked 3 times in the first half for losses of 25 yards, so that's 25 to the negative net passing, but 97 yards on the ground, that's your 72 total yards. 72 yards himself for Peyton DeWitt on 16 carries, including a big 42-yarder, had a 12-yarder in the second half as well. Hard running back. It'd be fun to see him. It really gets some open spaces. Tyler Dumdy runs 4 times for 11 yards. Travis Luthi, 3 carries for 10. Anthony Mosier, 1 carry for 4 yards. No receiving stats with no completed passes. Just 2 penalties for Douglas. 3 first downs picked up on the game. They did have 1 fumble lost in the second half. Governors with 11 first downs in this game. No turnovers. That's a good sign, and that hopefully will continue as the season continues next week in Yankton. We've got other orders of business to take care of. Big plays of the game coming up. Also, your player of the game. Let's start with the big plays, sponsored by Hermanson Endodontics of Pierre. The big play of the game is next in our Governor postgame.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Ryan Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much of the tooth as possible using state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Big plays of the game from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierce. Certainly several plays to choose from. You like the 50-yard grab from on the throw from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger. Brecken's first opportunity to really get going and make a play that contributes to the outcome of the football game this season. That was and a beautiful grab, too. A lot more beautiful throws as well. Keenholz looked good in a pretty stiff breeze tonight. But I'm going to go to that punt return. Jaden Wiebe, 55 yards, kind of caught it over his shoulder, backpedaled a few more yards, but he turns it around. He was here on the near side. He runs all the way to the far side. Good job by the special teams blocking to set up the wall, and Jaden Wiebe just was able to return it all the way. We talked with the coach about the special abilities of the return man on this team, and Jaden Wiebe showed up in that one tonight as he gets that 55-yard punt return. That put the Governors up 14-0 with 5:24 to go in the first quarter, but nice to see the Governors get a special teams touchdown for the first time this season. Had a defensive touchdown last week and one the week before against Mitchell as well. But here their first special teams touchdown is the big play of the game tonight, and that's brought to you by Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And a tough choice, too, to make the call on who's going to be the player of the game here tonight. Player of the game comes to us courtesy of Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Let's hear from them. We'll try to think about this one as we return with the announcement of the player of this football game. The Governors win at 43-0 tonight on River 92.7.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Head to the campground, fish the waters, back to school shopping, wherever you're headed. Cowboy Country stores are ready for you. Feed the family while on the go with delicious foods. Breakfast starting at 5 a.m. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country stores and Champ's Chicken on Euclid and Harrison in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Players of the game with candidates. You can put Lincoln Keenholz one of the top on the list. Of course, we know that Lincoln will get his opportunities for players of the game, so we're kind of looking in other directions. But 189 yards through the air, 4 touchdowns, had 73 on the ground. Just a solid night for Lincoln Keenholz as expected. And after a rough night last Saturday against Sturgis, good to see him kind of get things back on the right track as he readies himself for the Yankton Bucks next week. The Governor defense and pitching the shutout tonight certainly had good efforts as well. Talk about Jaden Wiebe with that punt return making that contribution. But it was just a good team win against a team that is really needing to gain more experience in the Douglas Patriots. They still have not scored a point this season in their first 4 games, getting shut out tonight. But the one that I was impressed with, I'm going to go back to Brock Mosher running the football. It's just a guy that you'd like to see and kind of rooting for Brock. I know the Governors have been a little bit spoiled in the backfield with guys like McGuire Rasky the last few years. Go back to when people like Gage Gehring were running the football as well, but there's been a lot of offense in the backfield. The Governors don't necessarily need that this year, but they would certainly like to see some of that. Tonight, I think they saw that from Brock Mosher. He got the 1-yard touchdown, but had a good punt return and just some good hard running. I think that's the quality of play that the Govs really still need out of their backfield. And we, again, see that tonight from Brock Mosher. He'll be our player of the game. The running back for the Governors gets the T-shirt noting his accomplishments and helping his team to a 43-0 victory tonight. Brock Mosher and your player of the game from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. So Douglas will try again next week, staying out here in the foothills as they'll go to St. Thomas More, Dutton Field, to take on the Cavaliers. 6 o'clock Mountain Time, the kickoff on that. They have homecoming 2 weeks from tonight, and it won't be easy. They'll host T-Area in that one. Meanwhile, the Governors go to Yankton, 7 o'clock kickoff. Big game coming up here in Yankton, always for what? 60, 70 years, always been a big game for Pierre. Of course, it was one-sided in Yankton's favor for a lot of those years, but given what happened last year at Crane Youngworth in a couple of games, we're looking forward to that one quite a bit next Friday night. 6:30 pregame. Hope you can join us for that. And then homecoming for the Governors 2 weeks from tonight when they entertain the Huron Tigers. And that'll be, of course, big events coming up 2 weeks from tonight, too. Governor Volleyball comes up tomorrow. Hope you can join us. 2 o'clock pre-match coverage. They first serve at 2:30 as they take on the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots. And then the Governors will be off for 10 days until they come out this way to Rapid City Christian for a matchup against a pretty good Class A team there for high school volleyball. That's what's coming up for Governor girls there. Soccer with a couple of wins at Brookings yesterday for the Governors, boys and girls. They're off to, the PILC soccer fields. They'll entertain the Yankton Bucks and Gazelles for matches at 4 and 6 o'clock. We'll have those at drgnews.com with the help of live streaming there. Competitive cheer and dance will be at Brookings for an 11 o'clock meet tomorrow. Cross country running at Huron tomorrow. Golf, we've got the ESD tournaments coming up. Middle school ESD is at Huron. That'll be on Monday, but then the varsity boys go to Watertown on Tuesday, and then back to Watertown next Saturday for the ESD golf tournament, and girls tennis will play at Aberdeen tomorrow. More football with Vikings football on the air. KPLO and KMLO, our country sister stations, have the Vikings at Arizona to take on the Cardinals in a 2 o'clock pregame and a 3:05 kickoff coming up on Sunday on the stations of DRG Media Group. Twins win tonight, 7-3. They defeat the Toronto Blue Jays. They'll play tomorrow and Sunday as well. And finally, let's take a look at scores for you here. Class 11 AA finals with the Governors defeating Douglas 43-0. Still going on in the fourth quarter. Spearfish led 21-7. at Sturgis. Now the Scoopers are back within 2 at 21-19 in that one. Brookings hands Aberdeen Central their first loss of the season, and that one in Brookings. The Bobcats win at 30-7. Watertown comes from behind and is now leading Huron 21-16 there early in the fourth quarter. T-Area was in a 14-14 tie at halftime, but it was all Titans in the second half. They defeat Mitchell 47-14. The final in that one is T-Area now the only unbeaten in Class 11AA. And for the Governors, who see Yankton next week, Yankton has trailed all game long to Sioux Falls Jefferson, but now they are tied. It's 28-28, and that was the score still with a few minutes left in the third quarter. So a good ball game there at Crane Youngworth. We expect a good one next week in that same venue when the Governors come calling. 11 AAA scores. Brandon Valley defeats O'Gorman with an early evening start, 13-10 on O'Gorman's home field. Sioux Falls Lincoln defeats Rapid City Stevens 35-14. Harrisburg stays unbeaten, but it took them double overtime to outlast Sioux Falls Washington 29-23. And Rapid City Central at Sioux Falls Roosevelt will be tomorrow. Other scores from 11B are among area teams. Winter, no trouble with Jim River, 61-12. Groton area leads Mobridge Pollock, 23-14 in the final minute there. Woonsocket West Indian Springs Sanborn Central hands Wagner their first loss, 26-14. And that is all for 11B. Miller Highmore Herald plays tomorrow at Mount Vernon Plankinton. Here's a fun game. Canastota Freeman in 9AA leading Garrettson 44-42, and that's still a third quarter score. Lots of offense there. Out here in the Western Prairie, Wall is leading Lyman 28-6, and it's over in Fort Pierre. Potter County has defeated Stanley County 40-12 as the Buffaloes fall to 1-4. Potter County improves to 4-1. Platte Geddes with a mercy rule win, 52-0 over Coleman Egan, and Bonham now leads Kimball White Lake 24-12. Among other teams from the area, Timberlake has defeated Newell 58-6. Other 9-man games had Sully Buttes winning by forfeit in a game scheduled at Sunshine Bible this afternoon. While Phillip is defeating White River at the end of 3 so far, 28-12. The Scotties on top there. KMLO game at Harriet Selby, mercy ruling Kadoka area 60-6. The final in that one, and I think that will about